Hey guys, so I'm sure at this point of time, a lot of you have heard of the company called NIO and have seen how high their stock price has grown over the past month or so. Well, there is actually another company called XPeng, who are a very similar company to NIO. They are a Chinese EV company, and in today's video, I'm going to be taking a closer look at XPeng as a company, what makes them a potentially good company to invest in, as well as why their stock price has increased quite a bit recently off the back of their recent earnings report. So Chinese electric vehicle companies have been going up in price quite a lot recently, and a lot of people already know about NIO, but I thought I'd take a closer look at another alternative company, which is XPeng. Just before we get into the video guys, please remember to leave a like if you do enjoy the video, it really does help me out a lot. Also remember to subscribe if you think you'd like to see more videos like this in the future, and apart from that, let's get right into it. So who are XPeng? So XPeng is a Chinese electric vehicle manufacturer that was founded in the year 2014, and the headquarters is in Guangzhou in China. So they are currently targeting the mid to high-end consumer market for electric vehicles in China and have currently two car models available right now to buy, and these are the G3 and the P7. So the G3 is labelled as a super long-range smart SUV that has a base range of 460 kilometers, which can be upgraded to 520 kilometers depending on the model and the spec that you buy. So the price for the most basic model of the G3 starts at 146,800 RMB, which equates to roughly 22.2k US dollars. Then the P7 is labelled as a super long range smart sedan that has a base range of 586 kilometers, which then can be increased to 706 kilometers for a higher spec model. Now this 706 kilometer range model does beat all of the other electric vehicles on the market right now in China. The price for the most basic model of the P7 starts at 229,900 RMB, which does equate to roughly $34,800. So XPeng currently have two manufacturing facilities as of right now. One is a contracted manufacturing plant with a company called Hamer, which has 150k units of annual capacity, and the second one is a self-owned plant in Xiaopeng with 100k units of annual capacity. So having their own manufacturing facilities straight away gives XPeng a competitive advantage over other electric vehicle companies such as NIO, who currently outsource their manufacturing to another company. So this does allow XPeng to control the costs that they have better, which is likely to lead to a higher profit margin further down the line. XPeng also have their own automated driving system software, which is called XPilot. Now this software uses 12 ultrasonic radars, 5 HD cameras and 3 millimeter wave radars together in order to accurately identify roads, vehicles, pedestrians and potential road obstacles. Now this system produces automatic driving assistance and full auto parking solutions for China's road conditions, enabling XPilot level 2.5 smart driving. Now XPeng did test this XPilot self-driving software using a P7 vehicle against a Tesla Model 3. Now this was done down Chinese highways, and it was reported that the XPeng P7 did perform a little bit better overall compared to the Tesla. XPilot 3.0 is expected to be rolled out in early 2021, which is their navigation guided pilot system. Now XPeng do state that the XPilot 3.0 will have the highest level of autonomous driving capabilities out of all commercially available electric vehicles on the market right now. So now moving on to the Q3 earnings report for 2020. So XPeng did release their 2020 third quarter earnings last week, and the results were quite impressive. So first of all, deliveries were up to 8,578, which is an increase of 265.8% from the year-over-year 2019 Q3 number, which was 2,345 last year. So this is also an increase of 165.7% from last quarter, so Q2, which was 3,228. So their total revenue was $293.1 million, which is an increase of 342.5% from the year-over-year revenue figure in 2019, and is also a 236.9% increase from last quarter's revenue. XPeng did also state for Q4 they do expect to deliver 10,000 vehicles in this quarter, which would represent a 210% increase year over year if they do manage to achieve this. And this would also represent a total revenue of 2.2 billion RMB, which would be a year-over-year growth of 243%. Their gross margin is now 4.6%, which is up from minus 2.7% in the last quarter, and also up from minus 10.1% compared to year-over-year last year in 2019. So as you can see from these sort of highlights of the earnings report, we have got some very impressive deliveries growth, revenue growth, and improvement on the gross margin. So XPeng do currently have a massive amount of cash on hand right now to fund future growth as well as research and development. So in the earnings report, they did state that they had 20 billion RMB compared to just 2.8 billion RMB back in December 2019. So in dollars, this means that they have currently just under $3 billion in cash to play with right now. So this big increase in cash is mainly due to net proceeds received from the company's IPO back in August 2020. And in addition to this, the Series C Plus round financing. An interesting thing to note is that XPeng did spend $293 million in software development alone in 2019. So having a lot of cash allows them to continuously improve and innovate their tech, which keeps them on par with the likes of the top EV companies like Tesla. So XPeng's stock did shoot up by around 33% on the day of their earnings release, and this was from $33.53 to $44.73, as investors were extremely impressed with XPeng's massive growth. The stock has since hovered at around this price and has overall experienced quite rapid growth off the back of this earnings report. Since their IPO, where XPeng had been trading in the $20 range, the stock has now more than doubled in price, which is again very impressive to see for them. So at the time that I'm recording this right now, their current stock price is $43.65, which means that their market cap is now at $32.1 billion, which is obviously very high. Their market cap is now only slightly less than Ford, who are obviously selling a lot more cars right now, and this has caused some investors to say that XPeng are very overvalued right now. So XPeng's estimated revenue for the year 2020 is $767 million, and this is predicted to go up to $2 billion in 2021. So Ford, on the other hand, are estimated to generate $117.5 billion in 2020, and this is predicted to go up to $143.6 billion in 2021. So there's obviously a very big difference between the two companies in just revenue. So XPeng investors are paying a very high premium right now for their shares due to the extremely high growth and massive long-term potential in the rapidly growing market of electric vehicles. And investors clearly believe that XPeng do have a big potential to claim some of the large market share for Chinese electric vehicles that there's predicted to be in the next 5 to 10 years. So looking ahead for XPeng, so China have set a target for new energy vehicles, which means electric, plug-in hybrids and hydrogen-powered cars, to account for 20% of China's entire car sales by the year 2025. Then by 2035, all of the new car sales have to be eco-friendly in China, with 50% being new energy vehicles and the remaining half being regular hybrid cars. So as of right now, new energy vehicles currently only occupy 5% of China's market, so there is still a lot of growth to come over the next 5 years or so in order for China to reach these targets that they have set for themselves. So this rapid growth is already starting to be seen in the market, with sales of electric cars in China surging 137% to 121,000 in October. So one concerning thing about XPeng is that the range their vehicles have on a single charge does decline over time, as stated in their F1 filing. So XPeng also acknowledged that this may negatively influence potential customers' decisions when it comes to purchasing an XPeng vehicle. So this battery decline will also be the case for most other electric vehicle manufacturers as well. So it's nothing majorly concerning for me. However, one of their closest rivals in the Chinese market, NIO, are resistant to this issue, Now, this is obviously because NIO have the battery swap technology and include flexible battery upgrade plans for their vehicles for the customers that buy them. So with China's electric vehicle market set to grow significantly in the next 5 to 10 years, XPeng is certainly on track to gain a decent amount of that market share. Now, they have also started exporting their cars to Norway, so European expansion could be rolled out quite soon. However, I do believe that this is a relatively small amount of cars that they are exporting to Norway. Personally, I do believe that they might be a little bit overvalued right now, just based on how many cars they're actually selling compared to their share price. I do also believe that their share price could be quite volatile in the short run. We could see a lot of ups and downs and potentially a bit of a mini share price crash. However, in the long term, in the next 5 to 10 years, I do believe that XPeng are quite a good option to invest in, as I believe that the sector in general of electric vehicles, especially in China, is one that's going to continue to grow rapidly in the next decade. So I think XPeng in 5 to 10 years' time will be quite a successful company and we'll see quite significant share price growth. But as of right now, I think I'm going to wait a little bit just to see where the price sort of settles at, as I do believe that there could be a little bit of a price crash soon. So that is all for today's video, guys. Please remember that I am not a financial advisor and that this video is for purely entertainment purposes only. Please remember to do your own research on the companies that I discuss in this video and do not invest in a company just because someone is talking about it on YouTube. You should always make sure you do your own research. This video is just purely based on my own research and my own opinions. Remember to leave a like if you did enjoy this video, it really does help me out a lot. Also remember to subscribe if you want to see more videos like this in the future. And also please remember to leave a comment, let me know what you think of XPeng, as I'll be really interested to see what you guys think. And apart from that, thanks a lot for watching.